Good Sunday morning to everybody. Thank you for joining us this morning. And we are happy to have you here at KPC under the auspices of our teacher, Jetsama Akuramo Rinpoche. And of course, we're also very happy Khenpo Karsay is in residence with us to give us teachings on Sunday mornings. We do have a number of announcements at the end that I will be telling you about in terms of upcoming events and empowerments. But just to lead into this morning's teaching, Khenpo, I believe, will focus on instruction on a very important prayer that we do called the 7-line prayer. And this is also part of the lead up to receive these important empowerments that I'll talk about at the conclusion. So, of course, we can learn from today and we can apply these to what's coming up in the near future as well. So, thank you very much. We'll begin.
Oh, yes. Sanji Chodon Zoji Chonam Shunju Bada Dani Joseph Dagi Jinsu Jibi Sona Drola Benji Sanjin Ruba Sho Sanji Chodon Zoji Chonam La Shunju Bada Dani Joseph Dagi Jinsu Jibi Sona Drola Benji Sanjin Ruba Sho Sanji Chodon Zoji Chonam La Shunju Bada Dani Joseph Dagi Jinsu Jibi Sona Namjin Drola Benji Sanjin Ruba Sho Sanji Tamji Dewa Devi Jidon Dembachi Dunga Ji Jidon Rawa Jiji Dunga Maybe Dewa Tamba the Mendrawa Jiji Nirin Chodani Don Trave Tonyam Chimbula Neva Jurji Senjin Tamji Dewa the Divi Jidon the Much Dunga Ji Jidon Rawa Jiji Dunga Maybe Dewa Tamba the Mendrawa Jiji Nirin Chodani Don Trave Tonyam Chimbula Neva Jurji Senjin Tamji Dewa the Divi Jidon the Much Dunga Jiji Don Rawa Jiji Dunga Maybe Dewa Tamba the Mendrawa Jiji Nirin Chodani Don Trave Tonyam Chimbula Neva Jurji Ngaji Tujen Benjen Bumala Fayon Sibazon to Denjin Himbi Demba Bella Dadawa Bema no Bishala so on this. Good morning and welcome to Sunday meditation class. I'm just kidding. Today is no more meditation. Of course, at the end we can do few minutes, okay? But before that, this is I think Edouard. What do we call? Ka is advice? Advice or suggestion, okay, by Jitsuma. According to coming up our practices, like Ngöndro, then I think it's important, to know who is the Guru Rinpoche, actually. Yeah, in the sense, of course, special in Vajrayana, it is so important. Of course, Lama, I think Vajrayana is all about Lama. If you really want to achieve something or accomplish, then without Lama, we cannot achieve anything, So Lama, according to Vajrayana, is inseparable Yidam or Kando. Lama itself, all three roots. So reason of that, So then comes to Vajrayana, which is the what we call second Buddha, who is actually Guru Rinpoche. So he himself said, actually, I'm the one. All the Buddha, 3 times of Buddha, you can say like that. In his Pema Katang, Pema Katang? His life, talking about his life story. There's 5 books. One of the Pema Katang, okay? In that, book, he said, actually, kasa Hunsen Hawa Taye Wabame, which is the previous time I was a Buddha. Or Amitabha. Ruotala, Ngombo Shinesi, and the Mount of Potala, I was Awalokiteshvara. Then Dana Kosha Pemanjune Nga, which means Dana Kosha Oriana. Okay? At that time, I was a Pemakara, which means Pemanjune or Pema Sambawa. So they said the appearance in those 3 forms as a mere way of experience, in reality, they are inseparable and not distinct from one another. Okay? So then also, Chenrezig kusuna tenla yeme soso tamini chuine kundu zombo. I'm also Samadha Badra. Then I'm also what we call Dojinchong, Vajradhara. Then also said Dojiden Ngombashon Tuba Chembo Ni, Dojiden, which is in India, where Buddha achieved enlightened, so which we call Dojiden or Bodh Gaya. At the Bodh Gaya, Shajatuba, or son of Shacha, which is actually Buddha himself. So those are the 3. So also inseparable. So at this point, what we need to understand, that Guru Rinpoche is himself is Avalokiteshvara or Samudabhada, Kunduzombo, Chenrezig, and then also Shajatuba, the Buddha himself. So actually, Guru Rinpoche's his story, they said actually 10,900 stories different in the different region or different masters that they explain like that way. It's so many. But I would like to. Today, according the 7th chapter prayer, okay, in that. I don't know which chapter is this. Prayer requested by Nanam Dorje Dunjam. In that, almost actually, because Guru Rinpoche, in one form or in one life, he got actually so many different names according his miracles, his deeds. So the most Tibetans, they believe that 8 different names according his miracles. So this is almost, I think, same like that way, but my one is a little bit different than this one. But so it's said. So as those numbers suggest, this is indeed a topic that lies for beyond the read of the ordinary intellect. Of course, the ordinary people we are actually limited over ability or our brain or our wisdom, So we cannot, read all those, Guru Rinpoche's historical. So, but I believe it will be beneficial if I share a life of Guru Rinpoche according his miracles birth or throughout his life, okay? So as it appears in the terms Terma teaching, in the oceans that surround the western land of Odiyana, the first his name, how his name got Pemanjungne or Choche Doje. Sometimes, most of the time, we say Choche, Guru Choche Doje, which means Guru born from lotus, kind of like that, okay? So Odiyana, which is these days, I think people are recognize that place. Some of Pakistan and Afghanistan, somewhere in that place. Most of those masters are saying that location is located in Afghanistan somewhere, near to Pakistan, I think. So Odiyana, to the north, south, and east, there lies an island close to the land of Raksha. Raksha, Raksha. In a Tibetan, we call Simbo, which means Raksha or demon, something like that. Okay? The found to Odiyana, southwest, there the blessing of all the Buddhas took shape in the form of a multicolored lotus flower, moved by compassion at the suffering of sentient being, the Buddha Amitabha. We can say Lord of Sukhavati, is it? Dewachin. So sent from his heart a golden vajra marked with a syllable hun. Okay, the which entered into the bud of the lotus flower, it then miraculously transformed into an 8 years old child. So most of the 7 chapters prayers are mentioned actually. The Guru Rinpoche is born without parents. Without parents, father and mother. Yeah. Why? There's many different stories, but it's okay. The without parents, okay? So he born in a lotus, an 8 years old child, endowed with all the major and minor marks of perfection, and holding a vajra and a lotus, that the young child remind instruction the island of Deva, Daki or Dakinis. Sometimes in the Sanskrit they call Deva. Okay, Deva, which means Daka. Not really Deva, which means actually someone who lives in the heaven, what we call God. Yeah, I think Deva is more related with God, not just a Daki. Okay, a little bit, slightly different. I don't know really. So Daka and Dakinis in the profound dharma, it happened that the king of Odiyana, Indrabodhi, was without an heir to the throne. Actually, King Indrabodhi want to a baby, a boy who can, lead his legacy after he died, But He wished actually so many years, but that was not happening. But one day, one of his minister, we can say, one of attendants or what we call, or maybe minister, Tenzin, which is name of that minister, who actually went around that lake. So he saw that boy. So then he requested to come to the palace. So, but boy actually refused. Then he went to see Indrabodhi, King Indrabodhi. Then he told his story about that boy. So in the lake, in the middle of the lake, yeah, from the lotus, he saw a boy, which is, the bright and light. Yeah. So then king wanted to requested, to come to the palace. So then he accepted that. Then he came to the palace. Okay. So Pemanjuni Chulin Tinanzamba himself incurred the amazing child, regarding him as the answer to his prayer. The king took him home to the royal palace, where he was given a name, Pemakara, which is Pemanjuni or Choche Doji. So these two names are almost same actually. Okay, Pemanjuni, Choche Doji. Pema is lotus. Okay, Choche is also lotus, but different word. Okay, so Pemanjuni or Choche Doji. At that time, his name was Pemanjuni or Choche Doji. Nguru Choche Doji. Sometimes we call Nguru Choche Doji. Okay, that one's I think page of 63, which is in this prayer. Okay, say. Pada mame cheo tubi ku jume cheme jansui lo ne chen mari lo be senjen rembe pa deshi kusung tuji tuba de tuku choje doje la sowande choje doje. Okay, pemanjuni also same. This is the prayer, which is saying that with no father or mother, you manifested as a child without cause or condition, appearance from the ocean expanse. And an Eve, inspiring guides for sentient beings lead astray by ignorance, emanation of the body, speech, and mind of the all Sugatas, all Buddhas. So to the Nirmanakaya Choche Doji, the lake-born Vajra, we pray. That is the, page number 63, okay? So in that prayer, so how he got that name, okay? Then second one is actually Jabu Tojojin. Tibetan we call Jabu Tojojin. As the young prince, actually he accept, okay, as King Indrabodi's kid, son, okay. So then he grew up in a place, the palace. So he grew up. He brought countless being to Kasa maturation through his youthful sports and games. He married what we call his wife name is Dakini Prabhawati, which means Kanto Wenchongma in Tibetan. Is Prabha, which means I think light. Okay, maybe brightest. A princess. Yeah, Kandro and Chongma, and ruled the kingdom of Odiana according to the Dharma. Then he was known then as King Jabo Tojochen, which means to. Maybe he put something, on the top, something, kasa pickle, crown, something like that. To, which means crown or pinnacle or what? Yeah. So that one is actually on page number 64. That actually continues some way. So here in the saying, le jen jabu indra bodhi, janso chimbo, ling ni nye de shen, te beshe, shen rang jabu nga so de jasui chu ji chen ji de la, jabu torjo jen la so one days. Okay, torjo jen. So in here saying, because of his karmic destiny, the fortunate king Indra Bodhi came to the find you on that island in the vast ocean. Out of his devotion, he invited you and enthroned you as king. With the precepts of Dharma, you established happiness in the whole kingdom to the sovereign Tokjokjen. Okay, the turbanent king. Turbaned, turbanent.
Well, that's a hat.
Head or crown. Yeah, that's the meaning of Tokjok is the same as Tibetan, you know. So we pray. That is, I mean, second one. Okay, Jabo Tojojin. That is page number 64. So then also the third, the turbanent king, seeing that as a ruler we will be unable to truly serve other and bring about spiritual benefit on a vast scale, he begged his father for permission to become a, I mean, real practitioner. Actually, he want actually do something, you know, practice. If he stays in kingdom, then it's difficult to practice, you know. Why Buddha always, you know, saying those, you know, realization, okay, realization. Before you are fully ordained, you have to have that kind of realization, which means to see the reality of suffering or samsara, you know. So after we realize that kind of, you know, reality, then I think you really want to escape from suffering or from samsara. So to escape samsara is not easy for all for like us, you know, because we are, you know, like in these days, 24 hours we are, you know, involving or engaged in some, you know, work which is not related with the Dharma. So without Dharma, we cannot actually escape from samsara. So realization, what is the reality or what is the truth, through that, then if you become a monk, then you will get more time to practice. Fully ordained means neglect or what? Neglect all the worldly, I mean, work, you know, fully involving in a Dharma. So yeah, so if you are, you know, fully involve your time into the Dharma, then I think we can do more practice Dharma. Otherwise, you know, we are always engaging in worldly, I mean, activities. Of course, when we are, you know, involving worldly activities, still we can apply some, you know, motivate or like generosity, kind of like that. But when you become a monk, then if you apply all those generosity or diligence or patience or whatever, that one is more powerful than the other, you know. So reason of that, I think. So Buddha always, you know, where he, escape from palace. Similar, this Guru Rinpoche also, you know, he, realized the the nature of all phenomena or nature of samsara, you know. So he wanted to do some more practice. So that's the reason he went to his father to get a permission. Okay. So he begged his father for permission to, do some practice, but his father was refused. So in the midst of a dance, he pretended that his trident slipped out of his hand, thus managing to kill the son of a demonic minister. Okay, and liberate him into the expanse. As a consequence of breaking the law against killing children, okay, then he got a punishment. So through that, he can run away from palace. Yeah. Then he went in a jungle near to palace. Then he practiced. Yeah, this is kind of his trick, to, escape from the palace. You know. So then said, consequently, breaking the law against killing children, Pema Sambhawa was get a punishment, or we can say that, yeah, promptly banish it to the channel ground. Here's in the channel ground, okay, not in a jungle. Thus he made his way to Sitawan, also Sivita Tute. It's also channel or channel ground. You can find there is actually so many channel ground in nearby Bodh Gaya, actually in India. But when the Guru Rinpoche time, channel ground means the place which can practice, especially Vajrayana teaching. Okay, the channel ground, which means that special place, location, the gathering all the daka and dakinis actually to perform dance. Okay, this dance is not really, like today's dance. Okay, normal dance. It's a totally different, Yeah, according to Vajrayana teaching, dance means perform through the practice. Okay, so this is a little bit difficult for also me, to explain, because I don't have that kind of experience. Dance, in Vajrayana especially, dance, which means pair, daka, dakini, or yogi or yogini. So in Tibetan word, pao pamo, okay, pao pamo gaten, which means celebration. Okay, but that celebration is through the practicing. Okay, through the practicing, which means realization. So it's a I mean, in a Vajrayana teaching, that one is so secret. Upamok teaching is so secret. Okay, but here saying some kasa, the channel ground, which means okay, and the location which those great masters can teach Vajrayana, special those very very secret teachings. So channel ground. So Guru Rinpoche went, different channel ground. Okay, one is the Sivita, which means Sitawana. One is Gavita, joyful channel ground, something like that, But most of the channel grounds are not really joyful, It's very scary, Especially, early days in Tibet, channel grounds are so scary. Yeah. Also, it's located very remote, and surrounding the channel ground, whether it's kind of the river sound, something like that, So then they also, put some knife, some, what do we call that? Axe, with some blood. So they left like that way. So it's not really joyful. It's scary, Yeah. Why? And the early time, I think those in a Tibetan tradition, women or girls not allowed to go that place, because the Tibetan are they saying, compared to men, them or females are a little bit, how to say, not so strong. If they say those kind of scary things, that they will get afraid, scary, like that. Sometimes it's through the, afraid or scary, something bad happen, So I think reason of that. But these days, it's I think most of the men and women are both, equal. So women are very strong, Yeah, it's a kind of 50-50. Not, 80-20. Yeah. So many reasons, I think, why they are saying like that, It's not, about, women are not equally to men. It's, according the strength or maybe weakness. So reason maybe that, okay? Yeah, but these days, you can see the place. There's these days, two places so famous in Tibet. One is Yachen Monastery, and one is Seta. These two are very famous, especially for those, monks and nuns. Each place, I think, have over 20,000 monks and nuns. Yeah. So this two monastery has two channel ground. Tibetans, when the people die, the most of early days, we just cut it and then throw in the sea to offer offer to the sea beings. But these days, most of the Tibetans, they really want someone who died, then they want to bring that to place. So then they are some monks, can cut the dead bodies, they cut into the pieces, then they throw to the eagle. Some eagle, what mean? I don't know. Vultures. Yeah. So the vultures, Tibetans, believe vulture is emanation of, many darkness. Yeah, but I think this is make a sense. Some people, if when they live, they did so many bad things, or he is a really, unlucky person. Then, if you that body bring to that true channel ground, the vultures actually not come. Yeah. So reason of that, the church prayers. Yeah. Why people are, when they die, then normally church practice is in the early days, people really, do practice at channel ground. So sometimes the church practice do invitation those kasa vouchers. But some people, they say in the Tibetan tradition, they say if you are a lucky person, then you don't need to do church practice to invite those vouchers. Without invitation, they come to you, so then they can eat. But some unlucky person, so we have to invite those vouchers to come to offer the body, then they can eat. So channel ground is like that. So Guru Rinpoche went to different channel ground. Okay, I think few of those I went in India near to Bodh Gaya. One is really just the walking distance to Te Suvita, which is also mentioned here. Cool Grove. Cool is actually silver. Cool. Sil. Yeah, silver spring, not silver spring. Yeah, that similar like that word, silver, which means cool. Yeah, cool channel ground. Yeah, so Sivita, and then Gavita is joyful. Then Sosaling, Sosaling channel ground. So where he practiced actually, and he received actually so many empowerment from the Dakas and Dakinis, and blessing from the Dakas and Dakinis. So then at that time, he got the name of Shanta Rachita, actually, Shanta Rachita. So this prayer is in a 65. Losho Suvat Sajitridu Jasupun, Dana Kana, Judi Gombai, Mamo Kanruton, Shanta Rachita, La Soa days. So in the southern channel ground, the Chili Grove, Sitawana. Here saying Chili Grove. Is it? Cool Grove. Also same. So once you had, renounced the kingdom, you practiced the yogic discipline. And with the realization gained from the practice of union and liberation, you brought all the mammals, Mamu, and Dakinis under your power. Then said to Shantarashita. At that time, his name is Shantarashita, okay? And then Danakoshe, which is Danakosha, is the Odiyana, I think. he returned to the island in Lake Danakosha. Pema Sambawa, Lake West, brought the Dakinis. There, under his command, through secret mantra practices in the symbolic language of Dakinis. So in the ledger, 7 lines prayer, Khenpo Jimen Phuntsho Rinpoche, yeah, he actually mentioned it about the 7 lines prayer. In the ancient time, lots of those masters are praying 7 lines, those prayer in language of Dakinis language, but in the ledger no one can understand the Dakinis language. So then Guru Rinpoche, they said actually Khenpo Jimen Phuntsho said the translated into Kasa, this translate is into Tibetan. Guru Rinpoche himself actually translated into Tibetan. So I think those are, Lotsawa, which means translator, are the emanation of, I think, Guru Rinpoche. So reason of that, he said like that, because, yeah. Okay, later we can explain that, okay? So, when he become returned to the Danakosha, after he practiced and realized the all the phenomena are natural, then he received so many empowerments from the Dakas, Dakinis, that place of channel ground, different channel grounds. So after that, he returned to his father's, kingdom, not his kingdom. So, as said, written Danakosha, Pamasambhava language brought the Dakinis there under the comment through secret mantra practice in the symbolic language of Dakini. Then, as he was, practicing in Zunjutsa, in a Tibetan word, Zunjutsa, in the Sanskrit, Parusakawana, which is roached forest. Okay, Vajravarahi appeared to him and blessed him. Actually, Vajravarahi, which means Doji Pamo. Doji Pamo, okay, in the Tibetan word Doji Pamo. So he subdued the Nagas of the ocean and planetary spirit of the heaven, and the wisdom Dakas and Dakinis granted him supernatural power. He was known at that time, he was known as Doje Tetenza, Doje Tetenza, which is number 65, page number 65, Doje Teten. Yeah, here also saying, Shoji Tete Kundu Shemba the Yeshi Kando na Doje Pamo, Shantong Uduni, Namha, Namki Zachin Tamje, Doje Trapoza, so Doje Trapoza, or Doje, yeah, Doje Trapoza. So at that time, he was actually known as Doji Trapoza, okay? And then he went to Dojiden, which is Bodh Gaya. He displayed all kinds of miracles. People asked, "Who are you actually?" Because people doesn't know who is this, because before that he never came to India, because he's born in Odiyana. So, but when he acknowledged that he was a self-manifested, self-manifested Buddha, okay? So what I mentioned it before, so he said, Tata Dojiden Tuba Chembo Nis Dojiden, which means Dojiden. I'm the great Karsa Shakyamuni. So he mentioned it, in a Pema Katang. So similar like that, when the people asked, "Who are you?" Then he said himself, manifested all the 3 times Buddha actually in one form or in one body. We can say like that. Okay, and then manifested. They could not accept this and instead insulted and defamed him. Seeing the many good reasons for having a teacher, Pema Sambhawa then made his way to Saho. Okay, Saho. Sometimes, those masters are saying Saho is Odiyana, but sometimes they call Saho is Tsopema. Okay, where he took actually origination from the Prabhahasti. His main, root teacher is Prabhahasti, okay, and was given the name Shachasenge at that time. Yeah, because at that time he became a fully ordained actually. Yeah, so then he got a name, Shachasenge. Shachasenge is he received teaching from the Prabhahasti, okay, all the those great Dzogchen teachings, but that one is just appearance, okay. Yeah, in reality, I think he don't need to receive or he don't need to any teacher. He himself, as he said, I'm the Shachatuba, or I'm the Samantha brother, I'm the Kata Kundu Zombo. So he don't need it actually, but appearance, of course, he have to, receive empowerments or teachings, kind of like that. It's showing like Buddha Shakyamuni. So actually, he already enlightened, but for us, he showing us a path how to we achieve Buddhahood. So similar like that, the Guru Rinpoche also did in that way. Very similar in these two actually. Okay, so at that time he got Shachasenge, and then after that, then he requested kasa empowerment from the nun Ananda. Maybe I don't know it's a right pronouns or not. Ananda, because Kungawo, Kungawo, Ananda is one of the Buddha's attendants, main attendants. There's a two main attendants. One is Shariputra, one is Mangaputra. Remenuda, his son, Kungawo. Okay, Kungamo, it's a name of Ananda, actually, okay. So he requested empowerment from the nun, it's called Ananda or Kungamo, who was actually the wisdom of Dakini. I don't know in Kasadi, Sanskrit, Gulia Jana, something like that. But in Tibetan, Yeshi Kando Sang, or Kando Sangwa Yeshi. Okay. So manifest in the form of a nun, actually. Himself, that nun, she self actually, Sangwa Yeshi, which means maybe Dakini, one of the Dakini's name, okay? So she transformed him into the sit, Silibo Hun, okay? So a reason of that, every time when we pray the 7 lines prayer, that always we put Hun, Hun, Ujin, Yujin, Nujun, Sam. But this Hun is also, symbolize all the Buddhas took what we call heart or mind or wisdom actually. Or sometimes we explain compassion and loving kindness also. Okay. So that dakini transformed kasa him into the sixth syllable hum. Okay. Slow kasa swallowed him and passed him right through her body and out through her secret lotus, granting him outer, inner, and secret empowerment, and purify the three obscurations from the eight, actually, Vidyadharas. Okay, Rinzin Chimbuji, so said. At that time, actually, his name was actually, Guru was known as Loden Chose. Okay, Guru Loden Chose. Yeah, Guru Loden Chose is page 67. 요거는 선생님 개발 로덴 초세라 소한데 자가이지 쇼지도. Yeah, it's a saying in the India. India's great places of power in the four directions. You started with the countless Vidyadhara and Siddhas, then and trained in the teaching of the three inner yanas, cutting all doubts about the causal dharma of characteristics to the learned Loden Chosiks. So that time, yeah, his name of, we know as Loden Chose. Then after that, he returned to Saho, Oriana, or Tsopema. Okay, but Masambawa actually charmed the daughter of a king, Vihadara, which means maybe Saho Tsopema, maybe. Okay, the authentic Dakini princess Mandarawa. Yeah, and took her as his consort, as maybe in today's, in normal conversation, we said wife, consort. Maybe that consort came from maybe dharma word. I don't know. Yeah. So then together they went to Maratika, actually in Nepal. Maratika, okay? So in Maratika cave, where for 3 months they practiced the sadhana of long life, actually. Okay. So after 3 months, they both actually achieved. So since that, I think all those Tibetans, especially Vajrayana practitioners, believe, the Guru Rinpoche is actually never kasa die. Yeah, it's still, today, right now, he's living somewhere, and we call but in a nice way, we can say Sangdopari. Sangdopari, the pure line of Guru Rinpoche, but in the in the different way, it's actually Rashak's place. Yeah, actually. So when you can see, there's one another chapter which is mentioned all the Sangdopari's qualities, inner qualities, not outer. Outer, it looks like, normal, the place, or we can say some places like scary, like that. But inner, all those are manifested by Guru Rinpoche himself, Yeah. So both are, achieve, long life. So the Buddha, the Buddha of limitless life, Amitayu, appeared to them, actually empowered them with the longevity and blessed them as inseparable from him. They were giving 1 billion tantras on longevity, and they both accomplished the second Vidyadhara level, actually, Vidyadhara level with the mastery over life. Sometimes we go Rinzin Shi, for Vidyadhara. So now that they are attained Vajra bodies beyond birth and death, the Guru and Mandarava went back to the Saho. Both went back to Saho. One day, as they were out begging for alms, then they were arrested by royal minister and burnt alive in the fire. Actually, they put, but I don't know. In this, according in this text, saying both are arrested, burned, But normally we heard Guru Rinpoche, the Saho king, he actually arrested Guru because he don't want Guru Rinpoche close to his princess. So then he arrested and burned. But in this, according to this, text saying both are, I don't know which one is Kasa, correct or incorrect. But we can, say both are correct. But that's not really correct, Both can be, But it's a saying, burn alive, but the Guru transformed the fire into a lake, and he and Mandarava were found sitting upon a lotus blossom in its center. All around were inspired by faith, and it was that the Guru and the Mandalava actually caused the kingdom to embrace the dharma, establishing its people in the state that is beyond falling back into samsara. The Guru then returned with Mandarava to Odiyana. But this is but this is not really Odiyana. Odiyana, which means where Guru Rinpoche born, that is not really in India, But in ancient time, I don't know, maybe Afghan or India is one country. Who knows? So, but according to this, they both came to Odiyana, which is actually these days they call Mandi, the place, name of I think we can say state. The state name is Mandi state, which is very similar to the Mandarava's name, Manda, Rawa, or Mandi. But today also we can go and that place, the king's palace. They have the museum actually. So also then Guru Rinpoche's handprint, and also Mandarava's cave as well as. So to tame that land as well. But once again he was recognized while begging for alms, and once again they were burned on actually sandwood fire. By the same Dominic minister and his henchmen. After some times, the pair were found seated upon a lotus in the middle of a lake, wearing garland of skulls as a symbol of the activity of liberation, all being from samsara. Pema Sambhava was known as actually at that time. Some texts are saying Pema Tuchenza, or sometimes texts are saying Pema June. Okay. Pema June is actually general name. All the Guru Rinpoche's, name as a different actually, according different activity or different miracles. Yeah, so at that time, Pema Tötenza, okay? Pema Tötenza. Yeah, so, and then Sahoji Jabutula, then also Meiti lotus with skull garland for 13 years. Pema Sambhawa and Mandarawa remained in Odiyana as teachers by royal family actually. So after that, I think the Princess Mandarawa's father, he faith into the Guru Rinpoche, because when he saw Guru Rinpoche's miracle, he fired twice actually. Yeah, so Guru Rinpoche's, miracles, the fire transformed into the lake actually. So today also we can see when the Khenchen, the Jimen Punzo actually went that side. So there is a lama, a monk. I really, how to say, remember that lama's name. I forgot, sorry, the lama's name. He actually telling the story about when Khenchen Jimen Punzo visit that lake. So what happened, at that time, there's some miracle. So you can see in that lake, there is some grass, just in the middle, maybe about a little bit bigger than this. So in the middle of lake. So when Khenchen Jimen Punso visited that area, so that grass itself came to automatically, because Khenchen Jimen Punso want to offering kada. So in the river side, he just sit it and then he pray with the kada. So suddenly, the many people actually saw that miracle. So in the middle grass came to the in front actually the Khenchen Jimen Punso's, so he can offer the kada. Yeah, so there's one lama, one tuku actually. He's telling the story about that actually. I think a few months ago, I heard that. Yeah. So today, yeah, you can see that lake actually. Then also footprint and Mandarawas, cave, all those, So it's a important, secret place for those who believe, Vajrayana practitioner. Yeah. Then Sahojabo. Then okay. 13 years Odiyana as a teacher with royal family. So establishing the whole kingdom in the Dharma actually. During this time, the Guru gave the empowerment and teaching of teachings, so many different, Vajrayana teachings, because in the Vajrayana teachings are saying Mumta Chungnis, which means I think Bum is 10,000, no, 100,000. Yeah, Bumja. 100,000 is Bumchik, Then they said Bumta Chungni, which means I think 12 multiple kind of like that. In the Dzogchen teaching itself, you can find, so many different teachings. So at that period, Guru Rinpoche and Mandarawa actually teaching, different, so they said like that. He is teaching for the Okay. Then during that period, he was actually known as Pema Jabo. Pema Jabo. The Pema Lotus, Jabu is king actually. Lotus king. Yeah, the time. So in the text actually also saying the 68 and 69, they said, kasa, when you went to the south in the land of India, you were blessed by the Dakini misters who sugatas negativity kando dunduma. Oh, this is Sengedado, sorry. This is Pema Jabu in the position. Sinju Pema Jabu, okay, Sinju Pema Jabu. Here, when you went to the tame of kingdom of Ujin and executioners sought to burn you on a pier, you displayed the miracle of transforming the inferno into a lake and set King Indrabodhi on the path of enlightenment to the supreme Prince Padmajabu, Lotus King. So that is the one, okay? Then, in accordance with the purpose in the sutra on magical perception, Pamakara, which is Guru Rinpoche, transformed himself into a monk, Gelong Umbi De, Indrasena. Indrasena is, I think, a Sanskrit word. Sena is actually kind of army. Okay? Umbi De, Indrasena, in order to bring King Ashoka to the Dharma, actually. King Ashoka, you know? Okay. Yeah. So he established Ashoka in unwavering faith, after which, in a single miraculous night, the king erected 1 million stupa actually all around the world. But most of the, I mean, in India, you know, so many you can see Ashoka pillar. Yeah. So he established actually where Buddhas actually the located, or when Buddha time, he went different places, and the different teachings gave it that place. So Ashoka put pillar, which means so that place belongs to us. Yeah, just kidding. It's a yeah, but there is actually many places you can see today is also, you know, Ashoka's pillar, which means, you know, people believe that place is something, you know, the kasa happened in the ancient time. Buddha, whether it's Buddha or Guru Rinpoche. Yeah. So, Karsadi, King Ashoka, okay, Ashoka. So, stupa all around the world, the containing the relics of the Buddha, actually. The Guru Rinpoche went to the defeat some powerful heretic king who were damaging actually Buddhist doctrine, you know. They're making use of a variety of skillfuls, including ejecting their consciousnesses. The Guru was the poisoned by one, you know, yeah, the one, I mean, king who actually not really liked Guru Rinpoche, you know. So in a, you know, single he remained actually unharmed, though, and when they threw him into a Ganges or what? Ganges. Yeah, he reversed actually the river's flow and danced in mid-air, earning the name of, at that time actually, Chechung Kadingza, which means Chechung, which means a young boy, is flying in the sky, or yeah. So kind of like that. This name, the meaning, Chechung Kadingza. This one is not in the in this chapter. Okay, yeah. So there's many different stories. So reason this 7 lines prayer came from, around this time, okay? Because so many, at that time, at that period, I think, so many debating between religions. So at that period, at that time, I think in India, most of the people following Buddhism, either Hinduism. I think these two are the main religions in India at the time. So, of course, Hinduism, which means they are also very, many scholar, people, or wise. That's why Chandrakirti, in Nalanda, there is one, Hinduism master. They actually debated 7 years. Yeah, it's not easy to defeat each other, Yeah. So at this time, so I think lots of the Buddhism masters are not really powerful than Hindus master. So they are losing, So then one of, I think, all those Nalanda masters, one night, they really wish, want to win over the Hindus master. So then they wished something, miracle. So all masters sleep. At that night, all masters, are dreamed, actually. One of the, Dakini came into the dream, actually. Then Dakini said, if you are not invite my brother, which is Guru Rinpoche, who is right now in Saho, which is actually, I think, Chopema, okay, or either Afghanistan or Diana. If you are not inviting my brother, you will never win. All masters are same dreamed. So the next day, then they decided to invite. Then they don't know, at that time, it's very far, not like these days, These days, if you want someone to invite, just, put the name and the call. That's it. At that time, it's not easy, to contact each other. So then again, they want to, request that Dakini. So then requested, then in the dream, the Dakini appears and then said, you don't need to go to, Kasa. In person, you don't need to go to Saho or Odiyana. Yeah, just pray this one, which is 7 lines prayer. Yeah, so then in the next day, then all masters gathering together, then each other sharing, what you dreamed. So all, dream the same, message are same. So then they, how to say, composed this 7 line prayer. Then they did what, I don't know at the time they used drum or not. Yeah. So, but yeah, so like that, these 7 lines, prayers actually happened. So then they prayed, then Guru Rinpoche appears. So then Guru Rinpoche, with help of Guru Rinpoche, then they defeat Yeah, they win over the, I mean, those Hinduism master, okay? So Hinduism master is also, not easy. They are very clever. So it happened, time to time, actually. Not only the Buddha time. So after Buddha passed away, Guru Rinpoche time is just like, I think around 6, 7, or fifth, 6, 7, around that time. So still there, many clevers. Even these days, there is one place. Sorry, I forgot the name. Kalinga, which is, I think, King Ashoka, who first time realized what he is doing is wrong. At that place, actually, Kalinga, we call it's kind of Urisa. I don't know, maybe it's near to actually Bodh Gaya, actually, okay? On the way, yeah, you can see that place. So at that place, these days, so many, people are saying, so many kasa Hinduism practitioners are, practicing, similar like Vajrayana practice. Yeah, so they live in remote area, live like, like a kasa in the jungle, I mean. Yeah. So then the Gindin Chimpe, Gindin Chimpe, one of the, I mean, the master of poetry, the one of Tibetan master, okay, who actually came to India. This one is happening before, I mean, 59. I think around maybe 1920, 30, in between that. So he came to, India because he is kind of researching something, in India. Still there, left some Vajrayana practitioner or not. He came for reason of that, actually. Then also, where is the exactly Odhyana? And where is the exactly the first teaching, first Vajrayana teaching happened? So he came for, so many reasons. So he actually spent many times with those Hinduism practitioner. Yeah, around that, 90, in between 1920 or 30, around that. Yeah. So he actually wrote in his text saying like that. There's so many, today's also Hinduisms are kasa great practitioners still there. It's very similar to Vajrayana practice actually. Yeah, if you're not really, look carefully or thinking carefully, you will mix actually these two. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then Yenyang. Then Guru Nima will say, which means rise of the sun. Guru Nima will say. Okay. He manifested in many, guiders and went through the many names such as the Acharya. Okay. Kasa Tamse Saraha. Okay. Saraha. Also Virupa. Also Napochepa. All those are, actually a different, I mean, name of Guru Rinpoche's, activities, actually. Okay. So, but at the one time, so he got name Guru Nimaweze, which is actually 69. Yeah, Guru Nimaweze. Yeah, here. in the realm of Akanista and Chana ground, great bless, spontaneous mount, lotus mount, and others, when you stayed in those natural arising secret places, memos, dakinis, and the dharma protectors are thrown around you to Guru Nima Weze, rise of the sun. So this is one of the Guru Rinpoche's name. Okay, then after that, at Bodh Gaya also happened, Doji Den, which is also very similar. I shared how happened, Guru came to around Bodh Gaya, and he showed miracles, and he debated with the non-Buddhists, masters, okay? So at that time, actually known as Guru Sengye Dado. It's seen at the Bodh Gaya Vajratron. 500 heretical teachers had launched an attack on the Buddhist teaching. So Pema Sambhava met them in a competition of debate and power. So before, those masters competition each other, they put some, what we call, when we playing the card, we put some money. Bets. Betting, okay. So before masters are debating each other, then they have to bet something. Yeah. Yeah. But no money, okay? Yeah. They put bet on themselves actually. If I lose, I will follow you. I will left all my religion. Whatever, Similar like that. Before they're debating like that. So at that time, that here saying 500, the masters debating with the Guru Rinpoche, debating and power, and emerged victorious. Some of the teachers then resorted to casting evil spells way upon the Dakini Maratzita. Normally, we pray that, Maratzita. The tamer of Mara, actually, Maratzita. Okay? So granted the Guru a wrathful mantra with which he caused lightning to strike and thereby liberate the evil schemers. Those who survived were converted to Buddhism. It not actually mean converted, just pushing you, because they lose in the debate. So once you lose in the debate, you have to, because you have to stay your commitment. Yeah. So converted, here saying the converted to Buddhist, and finally the banner of the Dharma was raised to the skies. So Banmasambhava then become known as Guru Sengye Dado. Okay, Guru Sengye Dados. So then proceeding next to Yonglenshe. Yonglenshe, in Nepal, there's one place which we call Yonglenshe. It's not really far from Kathmandu city. Okay, there's one place, Guru Rinpoche's cave, and then next that cave, there is one place which is Guru Rinpoche did some practice, especially purba, which is Vajra? Vajra Kilaya, sorry, yeah. So Vajra Kilaya, okay? So that place, especially the Shatar Rinpoche, Shatar Rinpoche. Yeah, Chabje Shabda Rinpoche, who lives 102 years or 3 years, So next that place, Shatar Rinpoche actually built his monastery. So through that he can, practice, yeah, Vajrakilaya or what. Yeah. So that place he did actually the, especially, yeah, the Karsa, Vajrakilaya. Okay. So here's saying, sorry. Next, Yonleshe seated, Kasa, seated between India and Nepal. The Guru actually met Sakya Devi, which is actually at that time the princess of Nepal king. Okay, which they call actually Princess Shacha Devi, because the around that time the India Nepal is really close to each other, so also they are sharing uh, religions, almost the same, I think. Okay, so then Shakya, which is caste of Buddha himself, so that caste is actually goes up to the Buddha's family, actually, that comes to this, I mean, Shacha Dema, which means Shacha Devi, okay, daughter of the these days that caste name Newar. Okay, Newar is one of Nepali caste, so came from that family, I mean, okay, Newar king, okay, Punya Dara, which means Gabo, Genzin, okay. Punya is, what is Punya? Punya is actually Gewa. It's Gewa, which means good deed. Okay, okay. So Nzin is Dara, so holding, like that. Okay, so Never King Punya Dara, and accepted her as his actually the Kasa, his daughter's husband, I mean, okay. The king accepted Guru Rinpoche as son-in-law, we can say that. Ah, okay. So then together, okay, Shaja Devi and Guru Rinpoche himself, together they practiced actually uh, Heruka, Shri Heruka. In Tibetan we call Heruka, but were hindered by spirit, Rakshas, okay, and magical creatures intent on creating obstacles, caused 3 years actually drought, and with it famine and a disease. So Pema Sambhava sent 2 messengers to India to ask his guru, which is, I think, Prabhahasti. Okay, his main guru is Prabhahasti. So he sent 2 messengers to India, ask his guru for a teaching that would counter them, actually. So they returned and bring some technique, I mean, from his guru, Prabhahasti, okay? Yeah, so that is actually Vajrakilaya, teaching of Vajrakilaya, okay? So then he did that prayer, especially Vajrakilaya. Okay, the moment they arrived, the obstacles were actually pacified. It rained, and the drought, disease, and famine come to an end. The Guru and Shakya Devi both attained a great accomplishment for the 3rd Vidyadhara level. Okay, Vidyadhara of a great seal. So sometimes Mahamudra they call. Yeah, Vidyadhara of a great seal. The Guru famously recognized, that Heruka is like a merchant engaging in trade. The achievement, can be a great, but so can the obstacles. Vajrakilaya is like the armed, actually, escort that it's needed to gird the merchant against obstacles and overcome them. the Guru composed many sadhana of actually Heruka or Vajrakilaya, you know. The combined Heruka, Vajrayangda, or Tibetan Yangda, and Purba. Okay, so this two are the actually combined. He also bound under the oath all the male and female worldly spirits, such as the 16 actually Vajrakilayas. So normally we pray in Vajrakilaya. They have 16 kind of protector. Yeah. So 16 Vajrakilaya gardens and installed them as a protector of the teaching Pemakara, or teaching of Vajrakilaya, or teaching of Tantric, or whatever we can call, okay? Like, Tema Chuni, when he came to Tibet. So local spirit actually, harm to him, but it's not possible, harm to the Guru Rinpoche actually. So he controlled all those spirit, and then how to say, actually they promise to Guru Rinpoche, from now we are not harming to any other, those practitioner. They will, protect. So similar like that, those 16, Vajrakilayas gardens also, same like that way. So of course, then Guru Rinpoche visited, so many different, places. Like he is saying, Humujuna, Sindakara, Dhammakosha. Wow, that's all the Sanskrit word, I think. Rugmas, then Tirahuti. He also went Tirahuti and other regions of Tharu kingdoms, as well as other lands such as Kamarupa. He taught Dharma according to the ability and the capacity, similar like Buddha himself taught in 84,000, So according our needs, according our thoughts, I think. So there's one teaching, it said, our thoughts are limitless. Similar like that, the Guru Buddha, Dharma also, limitless. Yeah, it's a similar, because Dharma is antidote, Antidote for what? All the conceptual thoughts, So our conceptual thoughts is arising, continuously, one by one, in the 24/7. Yeah. So according Dili, for that, then of course the Dharma also, countless. But in the briefly, they said 84,000, Dharma. But also we can, those 84,000, we can, make a shot. Okay? Very easy way. Main, I think, three principle. Okay? What we call, one is Tinginzen is 3 baskets, not basket, I think, 3 main training, okay? One is meditation, okay? And one is discipline, and one is wisdom. These 3 are the main, we can conclude into these 3, okay, all the Buddha's teaching, actually. Yeah. Or two truth. Yeah. If that also you think very huge, then one truth. That's it. That is, ultimate truth. All the phenomena, ultimate truth is actually any thing which is not really stay forever, not really solid, impermanent, or emptiness. That is the actually ultimate truth. Yeah, we can say, because reason of the our mind is covered by ignorance or jealous affliction emotions, cannot see clearly what is the reality, all the phenomena. So we need, kasa, what do we call? Clean. Yeah, we need clean all those, affliction, emotion. It kind of looks like for giving example, when our dress become dirty, then we put all the, dress into, what do we call that? Washing. Washing machine. So washing machine can clean all the dirt. Like that, Over also those cover, the affliction emotions. So we need to, clean. So according that, then there's so many way, how to clean. Some people, like clothes, they wash with hand. Some people they put in the machine. Is it? So there's many ways. Leg ways, over kasa, antidote. Also many different, So we can clean all those affliction emotions. Yeah, so similar, okay, Buddha teach like that way, and then Guru Rinpoche also teach like that way. It's very similar. That's why, most of the time we call second Buddha, because it's two of them is almost, same what they did, almost same. We can see clearly, Buddha also, he got in his life many different names according his miracles actually. Yeah, Zepachuni, the Nagarjuna actually. Tepa is press. Yeah, he composed a press to Buddha. In that, he mentioned the 12 greatest deeds in Buddha's life. So according that, Buddha also got, different, 12 different names like that way. So Guru Rinpoche also, he got actually different many names, but most of the time, or most of texts are saying that 8 is, they are explained, Guru Rinpoche 8 different, manifested. Okay, one is the last one is the in Bhutan. Okay. Bhutan, what they call, yeah, country in Bhutan, that place, Paro Taktsang, Tiger Nest. Yeah, we call Tiger Nest. So that is the one. And at that time, Guru Rinpoche known as Guru Doji Trole, the wrathful Guru Rinpoche, because when he arrived at that place, so there's so many, of course, is spirit. There's one particularly one very strong, kasa spirit. Yeah, can actually, destroy actually, or affect or obstacle, doing the practicing. So then, according that, he kasa control, tame. Okay, sorry, tame that spirit. So then, at that time, he appears actually wrathful Guru Rinpoche. Yeah. So that is the Guru Sengye Dado. Okay. So then, so that is the briefly. Sorry. Oh, But okay. Yeah. Sorry, how to say? I'm still in Nepal in Indian time. Not, I mean, American time, okay? Yeah. So this is, I mean, in a little bit briefly, why we are, I'm, talking this, because when we are, practicing Vajrayana, then of course Guru Rinpoche is the main teacher of Vajrayana, lineage. Okay, so this is the reason I'm sharing about Guru Rinpoche's a short life, what he did in his life, So some people thinking Guru Rinpoche is dead, Yeah, so that is in our text or any of Guru Rinpoche's texts never mentioned Guru Rinpoche is dead. After he left Tibet, okay, then where he left? Yeah, that is the question, Yeah. They said he left Kasa, Raksha.
Taming the demons.
Yeah, the demons, I mean, Yul place or what? I don't know, country or what? Where located the Rakshas? Yeah, okay. So Guru Rinpoche himself said, I will not stay now in Tibet because it's a time to tame those Rakshas. If I'm not, going, or if I'm not tying those Rakshas, then they will destroy all this world actually. So reason of that he went to Russia area. I don't know really how to say that. Yul. Yul is kind of realm. Yeah, you can say a realm. So yeah, we can put in that way. Realm, Russia's realms. Yeah. So he's still and believe, we are believing he's still in life in that place. Yeah. So in his story, he accomplished longevity with Shacha Devi, princess of Kasa, Nepal, in Marathika. So that means, yeah, if he want actually showing that, he can show, yeah. But in generally, yeah, he is actually no need to do that, Yeah. So it's important, I mean, to know that, okay? So normally, people think, this is different. I mean, of course, Buddha, he showed it, into the parinirvana. So we say like that, parinirvana, which means pass away, in his prayer saying why he passed away, because he's showing, even he achieved Buddhahood. Once you born in this world, then you have to, die. This is the process, the samsara actually, or this is process of the human's life. So no one can stay forever. So he's showing us to learn something about impermanence, So reason of that, I think. Okay, so still we have time. I'm just joking. We don't have time. Okay, this is then of course, yeah. Maybe if you have time next Sunday, okay, yeah, then we can explain on the 7 lines prayer, which is also very interesting. Okay, so today's his story a little bit about Guru Rinpoche. Okay, then you already know how to kasa came this 7 lines prayer. Okay, already you know it. Then Mipham Rinpoche and Khenchen Jimen Phunso, they actually commentary, yeah, commentary on especially the 7 lines prayer. Okay, in that, yeah, it's very, I mean, beautiful commentary. Yeah, so we can share a little bit next time. Okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah, and see, our mind is distract something, then you will never know. But this distract is good, you are focusing on something on I mean it's I'm making excuse. Okay. Last if you have something kasa question. Yeah.
In human history, what is the period of time between when Guru Rinpoche first appeared and when he left Tibet? Isn't that like 1,000 years?
You mean till now?
When he left Tibet
Last
time, and when he first appeared,
Okay.
you know, how many years was
Yeah, there's many different stories. Really. Yeah. Some are saying, over, it's a really difficult, over mind, over thought. We can't accept that, Not only Guru Rinpoche, Shantarachita, Khenpo, Khenchen Shiwatso. So also said, he lived 700 or 800 years. So then Guru Rinpoche, of course, So they said, before that, I think Guru Rinpoche, some texts are saying over 3,000. Some texts are saying, over 1,000, something like that. Then also different point of view, how many days or how many years Guru Rinpoche did live in Tibet. There's also many different kasa, different opinion or from different masters. Some are say just 1 month. Like Buddha, he went to heaven. Is it? For his mother, teaching the some dharma because he wanted his mother liberate from samsara. So he went to kasa, heaven. So then some are saying 3 years he lived in this heaven. Some are says just 3 days. Some are says 3 months. Yeah, but I don't know which one is the correct, But in the Vinaya, they said the Buddha did one summer retreat in heaven. That means each retreat, it takes 3 months. Okay? But from our point of view, if we feel Buddha, lived in heaven 3 months, but the heaven point of view, they feel not like that. They feel only maybe few days. Because lifespan or what? Span is different, So over, said humans, some are saying, 50 days is, because heaven's just a one night. Yeah. That's why we are scaring to born in hell realm. Why? Compared to humans' day is different than other realms. Yeah. So reason of that, if humans, 24/7, it's not really long, is it? That someone can, sleep whole 24 hours. Yeah. But in Kasa, hell realm, like, they said, if humans are like, heaven, yeah, heaven's 50 day is hell realms 1 day only. So according to that, then heaven's 1 night is humans 50 day, So then it's yeah. So that's what once you're born in a because hell realms, then it take time, to escape from that realm. Also, you live long than human. Yeah. If you live in humans like 100 days, because heaven's only 2 days. Yeah. Yeah, according that 2 days, because hell realms just maybe 1 night. That 50 plus. You need to multiple 50 days. The hell realms just 1 night. So it's much, they can live a long life. So that's the reason. So that this body, human body, is actually best body to escape from suffering. Human body is like a boat. You can cross the river. So that's why this body or this life don't waste. Yeah, because it's not really, easily gained. It's difficult, Last. Oh yeah. Tani, that's it. Yeah, so we can do a little bit this, okay? 7 lines prayer. Then Avalokite Sharaya. Then reciting Om Mani Padme Hum. Yeah, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Well, you can start.
Okay. Home in the northwestern
Oh, born the pollen heart of lotus, endowed with the most marvelous spiritual attainment, you are renowned as surrounded by routine on many darknesses. Following your footsteps, I pray to you, please comfort and grant your blessings. Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. As the universal monarch, your thousand eyes and thousand Buddhas for the age. You who teach each every one of us according to our needs. Lord Avalokiteshvaraya, to you I pay homage. Omane Bemeo Shi, Omane Bemeo Romane. Omane Bemeo Romane 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 Bemeo Romane. Omani bimore mani 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 bimore. Omani bimore mani 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 bimore. Omani bimore mani bimore mani bimore. Omani bimore mani. Money bimore mani bimore mani bimore. Money bimore mani bimore mani bimore mani bimore mani bimore mani bimore. Ah, money bimore mani. Money bimore mani. Money bimore mani bimore mani bimore mani bimore. Oh, money bimore mani bimore mani. Money bimore mani 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 bimore. Oh, money bimore. Bimore she. But this supports my own thinking being the free of suffering. May the mind be filled with the mental virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shall restore all others. Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo, and thank you all very much for coming. Jane is right now handing out a card that we have with the 7-line prayer. And on the back is the actual 7-line prayer that Khenpo is referring to and we'll talk about again next Sunday. So this is the card, and it has an image of Guru Rinpoche or Padmasambhava or any of the other, was it 7 names that he is known by. So this is very good for you to have, and this is a profound prayer that Khenpo is talking about. In addition, I'd like to tell you about a weekend that is coming up April 18th and 19th. This is a weekend of empowerment. Now, what is an empowerment? It's a transmission from the master to the student. And so this transmission will be given by Khenpo Tenzin Norgay Rinpoche. We have some flyers and it's posted in several places and it's on Facebook. And if you're on a mailing list, you will get this as well. And what he is giving an empowerment or transmission for is for what's called the preparation for preliminary practice, or the name of that is called Ngöndro. And this is a practice that we all engage in. And again, very profound, and this has, puts you firmly on the path of practicing Buddhism in the Vajrayana tradition. And so if you have any, to get a transmission such as these do not come around often. So I strongly urge you, and those of us who have the transmission, we receive it again and again and again in order to reinforce the preciousness and the strength of those teachings that we get. So this is highly encouraged, and we invite you to come. And the first day on Saturday, it's the Guru Rinpoche empowerment. So exactly what Khenpo was talking about and preparing us for. And then teachings on the Guru Yoga practice and other parts of the Ngöndro. And then on Sunday, it's the Vajrasattva empowerment and teachings on that. So again, very important if you would like to pursue this or even just to receive the blessing. So we invite you to come to that. We have baskets at the end of the room. It's traditional to make an offering to our teachers and to the temple. So we invite you to do that. And also, please join us for a few minutes after this teaching because we mingle and have some light refreshments as well. So thank you again for coming, and thank you, Khenpo.
Oh, yeah. Refreshing, where to go?
Just right outside the door here.